See, that's what I'm doing it on. Twisted Meadows. I have this really old monitor, and I have to adjust the contrast constantly, and I get this little fuzz at the end of the life. So micro, according to life, is even like if they're low HP, I can't really tell because I have this little line that sticks out. Oh, I'm complaining. Fog of War on or off. We're gonna do so I can see what my opponent was doing. Really good base design by him too. You see how he's keeping a really tight bottom right there. It's going to let his ghouls on wood be able to. What am I saying? Yeah. Anyway, 3 ghouls on wood, faster speed here. I'm creeping. I should have just harassed him, man. I should have scouted earlier with that peon. That would have been nice. Heck, even the risky move of just running around my Blade Master would have been a better idea. Of course, he would have just ran to my base here with his Death Knight, and my Blade Master would have been somewhere else. He did a really good job scouting with those skeletons. You'll see he's got those bottom skeletons there scouting out my locations. Oh, Coil lost my Blade Master. I shouldn't have, when I was creeping that orange camp, like I said, it was a risky move. Hey, I left the circle of mobility there. Great move, Shark, great move. So, yeah. Shouldn't have taken so many hits on my Blade Master. I should have let my grunts take a little bit more of the damage. Losing a grunt early on like that is a lot better than losing a level 2 Blade Master and having to wait for that, especially when my tech's almost finished here. This was a really good time for the undead to hit, as my tech was still not completed, and if he could take out any burrows, this would hinder me from producing any tech units. Actually, he could have hit me probably a little bit later. That would have been a little bit better. Maybe as soon as my tech finished and taken out some burrows I'm building or any tech buildings. But he still did good. What am I talking about? He won, so really good. Building some... He's got a lot of fiends built. You know, maybe he wasn't that great. He's queening up a lot of fiends. The only thing he did really good, which hindered me, was the harassment. And now he's creeping to get higher level heroes than me. At this point he's creeping, and I decided to... I was going to go to hit him, but I was really looking for him to hit in the field, so that was good. Coil, Saving Grace. Man, next to the Demon Hunter, I think the Death Knight with Coil and Fiends is probably one of my hated strategies as Orc. I mean, it's useless to focus fire on Fiends. They're going to be able to micro him with Burrow or save him with Coil. Whatever. Lost my Shadow Hunter there. Bad idea. Wow. I'm pretty embarrassed, guys. I don't even know if I really want to show you guys these games. I might want to redo a whole set. The problem with me finding audio commentary or replays to do audio commentaries on is the games I see on the WC replays are games that you guys already seen too. So to do an audio commentary on them is kind of like pointless, you know, because you guys already seen the game. It's kind of loses its veracity. That's a good word, veracity. Loses its veracity because you guys have already seen the replay itself. So I have to decide if I want to do a replay or an audio commentary on a game that you guys already seen, or to do a replay or an audio commentary on a game that I've played. And lately I've been toiling with myself to see if I want to show you guys a replay of my own games, because I'm not a terrible player. I'm pretty bad. I gotta admit, man. I know my level of play, and I know, you know, where I stand, and that's a good thing to know where you stand as a player. You should know where your level is. You know, going up against a Moon or a Grubby, that's not going to be me. Heck, even going up against this guy who was Steven L. He's a better player than me. Alright, I'm done critiquing this game. I'll critique it maybe more later. I can't think of all the other mistakes I made. Just watching the replay once, I can see where I was terrible in that. I don't know what I could do to improve that. Fiends focus fire on grunts is just almost impossible to do, especially with Coil. I mean, if a grunt was full HP, they'll just take it'll take 1 or 2 waves of Fiend focus fire in a Coil to either put him in red or kill him completely. So I hope you guys appreciated that. Hope you guys have a great day. Good luck in all your matches as well. Later, guys. Hello all, this is Systemshark bringing to you another audio commentary for WCReplays.com. This audio commentary is copyrighted 2006, WCReplays.com. Don't go stealing it. Alright guys, today I got a very special treat for you. Today I'm going to be doing a DOTA audio commentary, Defense of the Ancients audio commentary by Systemshark. I'm sure you guys have noticed on WCReplays.com we've had a good amount of Dota action happening on the website. Avenger X has actually just posted recently it's a Idiot's Guide to Dota. So it's got a lot of the basics. So if you guys haven't read that already or seen it, definitely look it up and give it a shot if you're new to Dota, especially then if you have some more experience with it. Really cool thing. I read through the whole thing, and it's all good information, stuff that even some seasoned pros can learn from. So definitely rock and read right there. Good job, Avenger X. Also, we have a Dota section on our forums. So if you go to the forum section of our website, you got any questions, or if you want to just check out some information, it's not that big yet because it's so new, but with your input, we hope to make it a very seasoned place for information. Anyway, since we haven't done any Dota audio commentaries yet at WCReplays.com that I'm aware of anyway, at least from the staff members, we need to set a standard for Dota audio commentary. So the standard, in this case, is going to be, as far as the setup goes, I want to watch this at 2x speed, and I want to watch it starting at the 3-minute mark. Also, you're going to need to turn off the Fog of War and set the color mode to all colors so you can see each individual player's colors. The reason I'm choosing 2x speed as opposed to 1x speed, or even 3x speed, well, 1x speed is really slow, and to watch the whole Dota game at 1x speed would take forever, and it would be so much downtime, it would be insane, and it would be so monotone and boring. Anyway, 2x speed is just fast enough to where the Dota or the audio commentary can keep going, the replay can keep progressing without getting boring, but slow enough to where you can read, still see what's happening in the action, still get a good gist of the strategies used and things like that. 3x speed, obviously, too fast, at least for this audio commentary. I noticed that watching it at 3x speed was insanely fast. Although the replay got done in 20 minutes, there was a few parts anyway in the replay that went through too fast, and I wouldn't have been able to thoroughly examine them for you guys and give you guys some good input. Anyway, I hope you guys have got it synced up now. The 3-minute mark of the 2x speed, Fog of War off. It doesn't really matter whose perspective you're watching from. I'm actually probably going to be switching around. I might tell you to switch to someone's perspective at certain times, but let's go ahead and get this sucker unpaused. We're going to do it in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. Alright, we're on pause now. I want to focus the majority of this beginning part of the audio commentary anyway on the bottom lane. A lot of the action that happens here on the bottom due to the Keeper of the Light doing some heavy illuminate spams. The heavy nuclear heroes tend to be more powerful in the beginning, actually. They tend to lose their efficiency later the game goes on, unless you get some items, maybe Aggie Sector or something to improve ultimates and things like that. But heroes like Zeus and Lich and Keeper of the Light now especially is really powerful early on, especially versus the lower HP agility heroes like the Shadow Fiend and the Magnetar. Early game anyway, Magnetar Illuminate really tears up. So you watch him as he positions his Illuminate. He's going to go pretty far back, and he allows it to hit creep waves, but also aims it to where the end of it, anywhere close to the end of it, is going to hit the enemy heroes like the Magnetar. In that case, it was the Shadow Fiend. So what do you do to counter this as the Sentinel side? At least in this situation, the Magnetar, he was probably going to do this anyway, but he decides to go for the Headdress of Rejuvenation. And this Headdress of Rejuvenation gives them a 2 hit point regeneration aura. And this aura stacks not only on the Magnetar, who has the item, but it gives it off, obviously, on the creeps and on the Shadow Fiend. So just one item, one of those players getting that Headdress of Rejuvenation is kind of countering the heavy Illuminate span from Keep the Light. They're able to play a little bit defensively and stay back and regenerate their life. Also notice that the Magnetar in this replay is doing a very good job as a support role. He's keeping him power going on his Shadow Fiend friend and also on himself. The Shadow Fiend, being a ranged agility hero, does a lot more damage with power on it and is able to get a lot of hits in. Unfortunately, because of the Illuminate spam, they're both forced to play extremely defensively and really stay around their tower. They're not able to push past the trees that much. And you'll notice when they hold all, if you hold all, you can notice the enemy heroes kind of stutter, and they go for the last hit on the creeps to deny their. Actually, if they do it on the enemy's creeps, it's to get gold, and They'll hold alt to see when the creeps get in the red, and then you'll notice them run up to them and try to get the last hit, but they don't want to stay up there and hitting on a full HP creep and risk taking all the damage from a Illuminator from the other heroes. They'll also, in playing defensively, they'll get the last hit on their creep. If their creep is almost dead, to deny their opponent experience and gold, they'll run up there and try to get the last hit on it. The Nevermore is going to do a really good job of this since he's ranged. Be a little bit easier for him to do it. Plus, he's got a higher damage output. Actually, about this point, they're about the same, huh? Anyway, the Magnetar, even though he's a melee hero, does a good job of doing this, just a seasoned player. I should note that this is a in-house game. These players know each other. They've played with each other before. This isn't a public game. They know each other, kind of strategies, and they're good teammates here. So, anyway, bottom's going to continually get pushed hard here in the early parts of the game. I'd like to change focus now and watch the top for a little while. We have the Earthshaker and the Panda at the top lane versus the Clinks. And this is actually, for the Sentinel side, is a really good combo, and it's something that I've never seen before. It might have been out there for a while, but I watch a good bit of Dota audio commentaries, and I have not seen this combo yet. And it's Earthshaker's going to be using Fisher right now, and the Panda Brewmaster comes up with a Thunderclap to finish off the Clinks there. They use this combo all throughout the game, and it's really effective, but it's only effective because these players have used this combo many times in the past, and they know how to execute it properly. And to do that, they position the Panda Brewmaster up really. They position him up front, and they keep the Earthshaker back. And the Earthshaker has to have a really good knowledge of how far that Fisher is going to, or how long it is, so he can have a good idea of the range on it to hit the Clinks. In order to tease the Clinks out, though, you'll notice too that the Earthshaker will stay up front more than the Panda anyway. Especially when he's Windwalk, he'll take more hits and try to say, "Hey, Clinks, come hit me. You know, I'm a good target. I'm an easy target for you." At this time, I want you to take note that because of these teamwork and these players can trust each other, the Earthshaker was able to pass off his Ring of Health to the Panda Brewmaster. So while he goes and buys his Voidstone from the secret shop, the Panda Brewmaster will have that Ring of Health, so without the Earthshaker there, he can be a little bit more offensive versus the Clinks, and able to take a few extra hits if he needs to. Coming back now, the Panda gave the Ring of Health back to the Earthshaker. They just missed one of their Fisher Thunderclap combos, and now the Clinks is invisible. He's going to go in for some revenge here on the Earthshaker. He's waiting right now for the refresh timer on his Windwalk, so after he kills the Earthshaker right now, he's going to be able to Windwalk out. He just barely makes it. It was kind of a risky move versus since he's such a low HP agility hero versus the Panda Battlemaster, but he was able to make it out with 100 life. Not too shabby at all. I want to look at the bottom now for a second. Actually, switch back up to top. There's some cool thing that's going to happen with the Panda Battlemaster in the middle lane. He picks up the double damage rune from the river, and he decides to push mid a little bit. Now, this generally is a good idea, but since there's no other heroes in the middle lane, it's a risky move, especially versus a hero like heroes like Queen of Pain and Furion. He almost killed Furion with it, which would have been a nice move, but Furion was too quick on the trigger finger. Used Sprout to catch him and stop him in his tracks right next to the tower, and the Queen of Pain was able to get a Shadow Strike off, which actually finished him off. Now switching to bottom, take note that there is a Sentry Ward. Actually, it's about to expire, so if you missed it, you just missed it. But Sentry Ward is placed kind of in that bottom ganking lane. They're actually talking about it right now in the Allies chat, saying that the tree cleared the Observe, but it actually failed on its own on its own timer. That placing the Sentry Ward right there, they try to keep it up all throughout the game. It's a really good place positioning for it. And if you look at Avenger X's Dota newbie guide, it actually shows you a few good places on the map to place these. To place Observer Wards, not the Sentry Wards. Observer Wards will allow you to see if opponents are running in for a gank up at that top position, or if they're able to hit the river over there. Just noticed, I missed it, but the Panda Battlemaster was able to kill the Clinks. He got a little too greedy, or trying to shoot for killing the Earthshaker again, and the Panda Battlemaster was able to just flip in there and kill him real quick. I still want to keep our focus on the bottom at the moment. just noticed that the